Well, it is a very tiring Tuesday for me because yesterday my child, oh man, she was pushing limits, being naughty, and oh, that person's leaking hardcore. That is not a good thing. Looked like they were leaking oil. Ugh, it's not good. Anyway, she decided that she didn't want to go down for her nap until like 4 o'clock in the evening, which anyone with kids know that going down for a nap at 4 is not a good thing. Because, let me explain for those of you who don't have kids. The toddler anatomy, mental anatomy, I guess, the way that their brains work is when they go to sleep, usually it's between 30 minutes and 2 hours, about. So, if you do the math, toddler goes down at 4:30. That means they're sleeping at least, or at the latest, until 6. Because that's usually how long a nap lasts. But then, that means they have 4 hours at least, because once they go to sleep, they recharge enough for at least 4 hours of playtime. So then they get up at 6, and then they're awake for another 4 hours. So they're not going back down to bed until at least 10. Now my child, she decided that she wanted to sleep until about 4:30, between 4:30 and 5. From that point until 8 something. So she's had all that time to charge, but that also meant she was staying up for another 4 hours, at least. So she woke up at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 hours later is 12. So she didn't want to go to bed until at least 12. But I don't think she actually fell asleep until like 1 or 2 in the morning. And then she woke us up, or she woke up, I think at like 8 this morning. Like actually fully awake. She woke up a couple times last night. She woke up probably about 3 in the morning, and then she woke up about like 6 in the morning, and then she was actually up and ready to go at like 8. But I wasn't really up and ready to go because after that I couldn't sleep either. Well, actually, no, last night I did go to sleep about the time that she went to sleep. So, just kidding, scratch that. The night before I couldn't sleep. Anyway, so I was up and had to be ready to go at 8. And it was not enjoyable because I was probably surviving on a total of 6 hours because I kept waking up. Not to mention that my husband likes to leave the window and the fan open at night, but I get cold really easily. After I had my daughter, like while I was pregnant and after I had her, it was like my body did a complete 180 and I was just a heater all the time. And I was always hot all the time. But now, my body is kind of reverting back to what it used to be. It's reverting back to its factory settings. So, I'm cold all the time. So having the window open and the fan going at night in Colorado, when it gets to be in the single digits at night, is not really desirable. Except I think last night it was in the double digits. It was in like the teens. And so, you know, when the fan blows, it's like 10 to 20 degrees cooler than the actual weather, than the actual like temperature, I mean. So if it's in the teens, that means it's, or it's like a high teens, so that means it's in the single digits in the room. So I also kept waking up because I was freezing. Not to mention my child shares a bed with us, and she likes to take up all the room on the bed. So I was getting kicked around and pushed, and she kept trying to kick me off the bed like she does every night. So I had to keep readjusting for that. I did not get very good night's sleep. And this is how it's been going the last few nights. The only difference is that tonight I was so tired that I actually was able to go to sleep at the same time as my daughter. Whereas most other nights, even though I'm really tired, I still can't go to sleep because I've been forcing myself awake for so long that now my body's like, nah, you can stay up for an extra 2-3 hours. So then again, taking even more time away from my sleep, I want to go to bed no later than 10 o'clock. I don't want to stay up super late at night. Okay. You gonna let me merge? Okay, so you are gonna let me merge. I wasn't sure what this white car in front of me was doing. Thank you. Oh, nice vehicle behind me. I'm not sure. I think there are lots of cars coming. Okay, I was gonna turn, but never mind. I could turn at the next one. Anyway, so that's how it's been for me. I've been really irritable last couple days because I haven't been getting a whole lot of sleep. Whenever I was posting, whenever I posted my other 2 videos, that was about at like the start of whenever my daughter wanted to go to sleep late. So I still had a little bit more energy and a little bit more sleep. So I was a little bit nicer, not so irritable and short-tempered. I just do not have the patience for most people anymore. Right now, I should say. I just don't have the patience. And I'm about to lose my mind with all these cars driving slowly because it's 5:30. So, of course, it's rush hour. I should have expected this. I even looked at the clock and was just like, oh yeah, it's 5:30. But it didn't register. Oh, it's 5:30. It's rush hour and the light is turning red. Fantastic. Really, cars? 4 cars just ran a red light because they didn't want to stop for one vehicle. Seriously, it's red. Don't run a red light just because you don't feel like stopping. I mean, you're driving behind a truck that's carrying cars anyway. You're going to go slow. It's not like you're going to go much faster. I mean, it just makes no sense. Are you throwing your chocolate? Seriously?
Yeah.
So, I went to pay my bill for my phone. And my daughter said that she had to go potty. So I was like, all right, well, if we have to go potty, then we're going to go to the store next door. Because the phone store doesn't have a bathroom. Well, it has a bathroom, but I think it's an employee bathroom. Plus, we already walked out the store anyway, so I don't want to walk back in and be like, hey, my toddler has to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Anyway, so we went to Walmart because it was right next door to it, I mean. And then she decided, I don't have to go to the bathroom. But she smelled really stinky, so I was like, well, you're pooping, so I don't want you to get a rash because her skin is obnoxiously sensitive to, like, everything. Use the wrong detergent, she breaks out with eczema. It's ridiculous. Anyway, she decided she didn't want to go to the bathroom anyway, so I'm like, well, let me at least change your diaper because you stink. Turns out it's just gas. Really stinky gas. Well, that's nice. Could have just gone straight home. So I figured, well, while I'm in the store, why not I look for some shorts because we just purged all her clothes and got rid of all the stuff that doesn't fit her anymore. And it turns out she doesn't have any more shorts because they were all too small. And so then I was like, okay, let's get her some shorts. And I figured we can probably get her some sandals, because the sandals that she has are like nice sandals for like church, not really sandals to play in the water. And I saw a really cute dress, and I also saw a nice little tutu. Well, she actually saw it, and then she wanted it. So I'm like, well, she doesn't really have any skirts. She has one skirt. And I thought about the dress, because a lot of her dresses are also getting small for her. And so I was like, okay, start getting her some new clothes, but my card declined. So I'm like, well, I only have like $10 cash on me. So I just got the shorts and the tutu. And while I was checking out, you know, all the items, my daughter... What? You don't want me to talk about you? What's wrong? Oh, the sun is in your eyes? Well, did you take off your sunglasses?
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point of me getting you sunglasses, girl, so that you don't have the sun in your eyeballs. It's toddler logic. I don't feel like wearing these sunglasses because the sun's not in my eyes. So I'm going to take them off. I'm going to throw them across the seat so that I can't reach them. So when the sun's in my eyes later, I can't do anything about it. Anyway. So while I was checking all the items out, in this time, like, of course, she saw the candy. The candy right next to everything. I was like, I am going to get some candy. Even though I kept telling her no, and I had to keep pulling the candy out of her hand and putting it back. Well, I was trying to wave one of the employees down because I needed to take the dress and the shoes off. I needed to remove them, whatever. And when I was trying to wave her down, because she was standing there talking, not paying attention, I was waving for like 2 minutes before she actually noticed me. Actually, I had to say, excuse me, really loudly before she noticed me. In that time, my very hungry, candy-frenzied 2-year-old opened up a thing of M&Ms. And it wasn't one of those really cheap, like 75-cent ones. It was the $1.97. I only have $10 on me. Good thing I have lots of coins, because I had to pay for it now that she opened it. And then she decided, as you heard earlier in the video, that she was throwing them. She threw it all on the seat. So it's like I wasted my money for nothing. Freaking toddlers, man. They don't care. They really don't. They do whatever they want. And they don't care who they have to go through to get what they want. They just get it done. Whatever. Anyway, I made it home. I'm going to go inside. Hopefully get her some real food so that she's not so demanding. Of course, that's not really going to happen because she's 2. Yeah. Hope you guys liked my rant, because they're going to keep coming as long as my child is a toddler.